Alright, so welcome back to the channel. This time we're taking a look at that promised part 2 of this review. If you haven't seen part 1, I highly recommend you go ahead and watch that first, so that you're up to speed as to where we are and what's happened thus far. After all, you wouldn't go and watch Avengers Endgame without watching Infinity War, would you? So I bought some Yaxi Pads for the Pt.2s, the KPH30is, and the P21s. Also, I've gone ahead and purchased the new Koss KPH30i's in clear with the red and blue driver shells inside the cups. And man, am I glad I did. Let's get into it. By the way, I'm trying out a new camera angle. This time I'm doing an overhead as opposed to like right in front of me, like a first person point of view. I realize it's kind of dark, but I'm only working with like one, high intensity light bulb here right in front of the camera. So hopefully that works. I'll try to work on that. Go ahead and give me some feedback down below based on what you think. Anyway, let's jump into it. Let's start off with the contents here. So we're not going to discuss the contents that the headphones come with, as we've already done so in the previous video. Now, I purchased the big Yaxi Pad combo, which includes a total of 5 pairs of Yaxi Pads, a variety of 21 by 15 centimeter posters, and a larger 39 by 30 centimeter poster with the Yaxi Pad waifu on it. You can actually select what colors you want included in this combo. If you're going through Amazon, first place your order, then go through your order list and select contact seller to let them know which colors you want. That's it. They'll reach out to you quickly, letting you know they've acknowledged your request, and you'll be good to go. So let's start off with the build and design. So here you can see a blue Yaxi Pad next to the stock Pt.2 pad. Now the Yaxi Pads are about twice as thick as the stock pads, so that definitely explains the difference in sound that these purport to make. You can see that while the Pt.2 pads are of equal size at the front versus the rear, the Yaxi Pads start at the same size in the rear but become larger at the front. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but yeah. So I guess they're not all that spherical. Now the KPH30i stock pads are thicker than the Pt.2 pads. While there is less of a difference, they're still noticeably thinner than the Yaxi Pads. And as for the P21, the drivers are too narrow and thick. The lip of the Yaxi Pad simply doesn't reach around the driver. Last of all, replacing the pads on the KPH30i is, well, it's not as simple as with its older siblings. In a nutshell, you have to remove the driver from the cup, apply the new pads, and then pop them right back in. I'll leave a link down below for the video of that one person that actually decided to go through with it. Now let's approach the sound here. So let's start with the Pt.2s. When going from stock to Yaxi Pads, it now requires one extra notch of volume to sound as loud as it used to. At first, they will slip on your ears a bit. Bass does seem softer. There's still a good amount of heft to it, but it feels a little more distant, bringing it a little closer to neutral. It is definitely an increase in quality though. They are the darkest of the bunch for sure. The treble is brought forward a little, most likely due to that little extra volume increase. This is definitely a benefit. It is not a detriment. However, it's still dark and hidden in comparison to its siblings. With the Yaxi Pads, they do tend to separate instruments a tad better than its siblings. Just an FYI. Now with the KPH30i's, just like with the Pt.2s, it requires that one extra notch of volume to reach that same level of loudness. It does bring down the treble a little. Overall, it's a more neutral experience as it does tend to reduce the bass impact by just a bit, but it really does bring it more in line with the other instruments. So overall, definitely a positive, not a detriment. Now as for the KPH30i, to be frank, I really don't even want to mess with them. I find their clamp force to be absolute perfection, and their pads are the perfect thickness and firmness. It's not too soft, not too squishy, but it's not too firm, too hard either. It's just perfect. Okay, well, not perfect, but as close to perfection as these can get compared to the rest of the Koss lineup. I feel that if I were to add Yaxi Pads to them, they wouldn't clamp tight enough and they'd start to slip off of my head. That's the problem I got here. Now the bass response is a tad warmer than the KPH30i's, and they are a bit darker as well. The treble is definitely more present than on the Pt.2s, but a tad less present than on the KPH30i's. It goes like that all the way until the highest areas of the treble, where it then rolls off quite quickly. Now as for the P21s, we've discussed this before. Since Yaxi Pads can't fit on these anyway, they're just automatically disqualified. Trust me though, you're gonna spend the money on the headband, not the drivers. That is for sure. Now let's go over the fitment of each and every one of these with and without Yaxi Pads. So for context, I went ahead and used these back and forth for about a month overall, with and without the Yaxi Pads, just to give the pads time to compress and wear them into where they would be after a constant use time. P21. Again, we won't discuss the Fitment with its drivers, though I went ahead and borrowed its headband and used it on the KSC75Xs just for a more even comparison against the Pt.2s and KPH30is. As for the KSC75s, when it comes to using the Yaxi Pads with the clips, I actually prefer that over the stock pads, despite what most people say. I've always felt that the driver sat way too distant from your ears with the clips on and the stock pads. With the Yaxi Pads, the extra cushion between your earlobes and the drivers becomes noticeably reduced. And don't get me wrong though, I still dislike the clips, but it is better this way. Now, if we're using the KSC75s with the P21 headband though, that changes things quite a bit. The headband doesn't provide a whole lot of clamp force, which makes things problematic when using them with the Yaxi Pads. That extra foam between your ear and the driver prevents them from sitting against your ears securely enough. And again, I used these for nearly a month, so I could break them in as much as possible. On the flip side, using the headband with the stock pads provides a much better experience. You'd think otherwise, but the reason for it is because there's less distance between the driver and your ear. Because this is flatter, it sits more securely next to the ear. Generally speaking though, it can be a tad uncomfortable regardless of what pads you're using, since the metal headband's added weight makes these shift forward a bit when you're moving around, especially when you look forward, like when you look down, so to speak. Now, when it comes to using the Yaxi Pads, the Pt.2's Fitment is actually my favorite of the bunch. Because the Pt.2's headband pushes up against you the hardest, it eliminates the majority of the space between your ear and the driver, which makes the headphones feel more secure. And then, of course, the KPH30i, absolute perfection. It has a wide yet thin pad, so it sits securely on your ears. And since the headband and body of the headphone are made entirely of plastic, they're extremely lightweight, so they essentially don't shift whenever you're moving around. Oh, and by the way, I've heard that rumor that these are a little more loose-fitting than the regular KPH30i's, such as the Rhythm and the black and the blue and white. I can confirm that. They are ever so slightly less clampy. And I think that's a good thing. I know I just said, oh, they could slide a little bit, so maybe you would think that they would require extra clamp force. Well, no, they do not. Trust me, they really don't. Well, based off of my memory of what the beige KPH30i's felt like, no, they don't need more clamp force. This is solid. So now some final notes and observations. At this point, you've probably figured out that my two contenders for best cost budget headphone are either the KPH30i's and the Pt.2's. But let's be real here. The reason the Pt.2 score so high is not because of their drivers, but it's because of their fitment. So what if I tried the KSC75Xs on the Pt.2's headband just as many have done in the past? I've come to the conclusion that while I prefer the KSC75Xs with the Pt.2 headband and Yaxi Pads for their fitment, I prefer them with the stock pads when it comes to sound. With the Yaxi Pads, the fit feels more secure than with the stock pads for some reason. Not that the stock pads fitment is terrible, but they do tend to slide off of my head more easily than with the Yaxi Pads. As for the sound, the stock pads offer a more neutral experience this time. I'm not sure why, but it just is what it is. So to conclude here, let's wrap this up once and for all. Between the KPH30i's clear in stock configuration and the KSC75X with the Pt.2 headband, with or without Yaxi Pads, which takes the cake for being the best that Koss has to offer? It depends. As usual, it depends. So if we were to simply answer the question, which is the better headphone? I'd immediately say the KSC75 with the Pt.2 headband are the ones for me, whether you prefer the more secure fit of the Yaxi Pads or the more balanced sound of the stock pads. Their more treble-heavy sound present a more open sound and better detail than the KPH30i's. However, consider how much you'd be spending to achieve this right here. Or well, this right here. The KSC75 drivers are either $18 for the regular pair or $25 for the mass drop version like this one with a button/mic. The Pt.2s themselves will cost you about $35 brand new or $25 if you buy Amazon Renewed. And if you want to add a pair of Yaxi Pads to these, that's at least another $12 for a single color, or $20 if you're looking to combine the colors between the two. So overall, you'd be looking at anywhere between $43 for the cheapest configuration and $105 for the most intricate. Not to mention, it does require a little bit of willingness to do some mild modding. On the other hand, buying a KPH30i is just a matter of spending $30 and opening the box. Honestly, you could see me using either one of these two. I have no issues with using the KPH30i's just because they are really that good, and I find them to be more comfortable than the Pt.2/KSC75X combo. So there you have it, the ultimate comparison complete. Though guess what? It is not over. See, Venture Electronics, aka the creators of the legendary budget earphone, the Monk Plus, reached out to me and sent me a healthy care package filled with various items. More on that later, but one of those items happens to be their very own pads for the Koss portable lineup. And hey, just a bit of a spoiler, some of them are very similar to the Yaxi Pads, and some of them are not. So do keep an eye out for that video coming in the near future. Anyways, not gonna lie, I did not enjoy making this one. This one took quite some time and quite a lot of back and forth and shifting, and obviously at least a month's worth of extensive testing. So oof, but at least I've answered this question for myself, as well as for many of you. Now, to enjoy the rest of my 4th of July. I think I'll crack open a cold one and play Tokyo Dark. That indie game is actually quite great. It's a somewhat scary, quote-unquote scary story about a detective whose husband goes missing, and there's this sort of serial killer going around, but you'll find out that there's something supernatural going on. The serial killer might be coming from the undead, and I wouldn't say it's like terrifyingly chilly or anything, but it's a good psychological thriller, and it's got a decent story thus far. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. By the way, sound off in the comments section if you'd enjoy watching me stream a game sometime, or simply recording it and uploading it to YouTube at some point, whether it be cam on, cam off. Yeah, I'd like to hear what you have to say in the comment section. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, Patreon down below, links for all of this down below, whether you like it or not. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, ciao.